Hello and welcome to another tutorial. In this video, I'll show you how to make bass music in the style of Unit, inspired by his tracks Snagged, Moonglade, and Citrus. The project file, samples, and presets are available for a small contribution in the description. Only around 40% of my viewers are subscribed, so please do consider subscribing if you find the video useful, and drop a like to help me within the YouTube algorithm. Our BPM is 134 and we're in G Dorian mode. Snagged is in F Dorian. Unit's kicks tend to be functional and not overly bright, hence my selection here. Then we have the drums group. First, there are these mid-range drums. The snare is inspired by Moonglade. And my approach to layering drum elements is inspired mostly by Snagged, with the use of shouts from the think break influenced by Citrus. Unit's music tends to be very instrumental, but he does use vocal elements. For some of the think break snares, I've automated an echo on sortBy. On sortBy, we have this 16th note echo. For a full track in Unit style, I do more of this type of automation, but I've already used lots of echoes, delays, and reverbs throughout this project. Next, we have the high perks. We have 4 different cymbal samples here, with 3 in the hats rack. Then we have the top loops. These loops are essential for making the drums feel like one organism. I've added wider on the group for stereoization. I've applied this 2-step groove to all the elements in the drums group, taking influence from Moonglade's skippy drums. On the group, there's saturator, drum bus in parallel, glue compressor also in parallel, EQ, plus reverb via A. For this project, I've chosen the empty club preset. Next, we have the bass. This bass line is quite basic, and I've taken some creative liberties with these melodic leaps. In Serum, we have a sine wave sub taken down by 2 octaves, a saw wave also taken down by 2 octaves, which has its unison at 3, and a square wave taken down by 1 octave. The noise oscillator is also active. All of these are running into this low pass filter with its cutoff and resonance modulated by LFO1. LFO2 is modulating the master tuning with the fast pitch drop, creating more attack, like a kick drum, but I've taken down the output so this effect is subtle. In the effects, there's hyperdimension, distortion, multi-band compression, EQ, flanger, and phaser. LFO1 is modulating the high shelf gain in the EQ as well. On the channel, there's mono utility, below 500 Hz, and a limiter. I wouldn't normally use delay on a bass, but it works well here. Finally, there's a sub sidechain rack using the kick as a trigger. Reverb is applied via A. Next, we have the effects. I've included the Serum presets for the noise effects and laser in the download, but they're just samples here. The noise texture is made in Serum. We have this chorus noise running into a low pass filter with its cutoff modulated by LFO1. In the effects, there's hyperdimension, distortion, compression, EQ, and phaser. This texture adds some background interest to the loop. On the effects group, there's bass mono, saturator, glue, EQ, and chorus, plus reverb via A. Finally, we have the melodic group. This range of melodic elements is found in Snagged across different sections of the track. I'm showcasing them within one 8-bar phrase. First, we have the top bass. We have a square wave taken down by 2 octaves with its unison at 7. FM from B is active, and B is a square wave with its level taken down. A is running into this low pass filter with its cutoff modulated by LFO1. In the effects, there's distortion, EQ, removing lows, and another filter. Next, we have the pads. Starting with this spooky pad. We have a sine wave and this polar noise. And I've tuned the noise using the pitch control. LFO1 is modulating the noises level and the cutoff of this low pass filter. In the effects, there's hyperdimension, distortion, flanger, phaser, reverb, and EQ. On the channel, I've used an EQ to cut a resonant frequency. Next, we have the Vox pad. This is from Spitfire Labs, from a library called Micah's Choir, and the preset's called Warp Fracture. On the channel, I've shaped the sound using an EQ. There's a limiter to increase volume, and Serum FX phaser. The strings pad is this classic strings preset, also from Labs, again with EQ and Serum phaser. On the pads group, there's isotope vinyl with pitch warping and drum bus. Finally, we have the electro leads. We have this staccato arp in contrast to the legato pads. Using octave jumps is a good starting point for these types of melodies. In Serum, we have a triangle wave with FM from B active and its amount modulated by LFO1. B is a sine wave with its level taken down. There's a low pass filter with its cutoff modulated by LFO1. Key tracking is also active. In the effects, there's hyperdimension, distortion, and a filter with its cutoff modulated by LFO2. Then there's a compressor, EQ, and reverb. On the channel, there's EQ and delay. On the melodic group, there's bass mono, saturator, glue, EQ, and chorus, plus reverb via A. And that's the video. Please leave any questions in the comments and I'll see you in the next one.